What's up, everybody? Batjack JW coming to you. Oh, this is a sweet gun, and you know what? On the channel, it has made a few appearances, but it has not gotten its own video. We're talking about the Smith & Wesson Model 19. This is the K-frame 357 Magnum. This is an awesome gun. The history behind it is amazing. The 357 Magnum is the oldest Magnum cartridge, and Smith & Wesson played a big part in its success. You know, and you had Philip Sharp, and he was contributing with Smith & Wesson back in the day to try to up the 38 special into something a little bit more powerful for the police department, you know, because they had some of those gangsters running around with old body armor and stuff and salvaging things from the war, and their 38s just wasn't cutting it, you know. And of course you had Elmer Keith jumping in there and trying to crank up the power factor in some of the 38s, and you know, he's a crazy wildcat hunter, man. So anyway, this was a result of Bill Jordan. He's retired from the Border Patrol, got together with them, and they started to create the Smith & Wesson Model 19. It's a K-frame, 6-shot, and a heavy barrel. And this is, you know, he definitely wanted this thing to be the police dream gun, and it definitely was. This one is a really cool one. This is a vintage 1977 model. It's got its original grips. It's a pin barrel, so it's got the little cross pin through the barrel, and the cylinders are countersunk, so they are what they call a pinned and recessed model. Picked this up from a friend of mine a while ago. He's a gun dealer, and he had told me that he had just required a vintage Smith & Wesson 4-inch barreled Magnum of some sort. And he actually wasn't sure because he hadn't picked it up yet, and I actually thought he had a Model 29 4-inch, and I got real excited. Lock up in the notches. There's hardly a turn ring. Had its original wood grips that are just beautiful, you know. It's really hard now to find some of these older revolvers with the original wood grips. It's got the wide combat trigger, you can see it there, and wide hammer. We are in full HD, by the way, 1080p, so crank that up right there. Make sure that button is all the way up at 1080. So, you know, with the success of this thing, and, you know, the first serial number gun, I believe, was given to Bill Jordan in 1955, November 15th, I think it was. So, but no, this is a cool gun. It's one of my favorite revolvers that I had picked up, and, you know, definitely I'm a Smith & Wesson revolver collector, so this one is kind of the one that was out that really gets a lot of attention too is the Model 27 that was on the big N frame. So, but this one's on the K frame. It's the same size frame as the Model 10. In a sense, this is like a Model 10, only just a little bit beefed up. You know, you got a beefier barrel. Of course, some of the Model 10s have the heavy barrel. This one has adjustable sights and a little bit better front sight for sure. You know, you have this like extra I don't know how well it shows up here. It should show up really good. We're in high def. You can see the extra metal. It's a pretty beefy barrel. You know, of course, what kind of retired this is the 586, and then of course the 686. But this was before that, and this is a really cool looking revolver because it looks vintage, and you can definitely tell. You know, this is what a lot of state troopers carried. You know, this is definitely the gun. It's really cool. I like it a lot. So anyway, we'll take it out to the range sometime and put some rounds through it and let you guys see it in action. But just for now, we wanted to bring it out in this beautiful tabletop review with it, talk a little bit about the history in full high definition right here. So definitely wanted to bring it to you. I'm Batjack JW signing off. Catch you next time on another video. And hey, we got more stuff coming, so like, share, and subscribe.